Hello everyone, this is Anil Raj. Welcome to Wits Connect. And today's topic is center of gravity. This is your unit number 3. So, center of gravity. What is center of gravity and what is the difference between center of gravity and centroid? Just we'll see. So, let us see the definition of center of gravity. A rigid body composed of an infinite number of particles. Each particles in the body is acted upon by the gravitational force which acts vertically downward toward the center of the earth. As we all know that center of gravity, each and every particle has a center of gravity because earth is having the gravitational force. So due to that gravitational force, each and every particle tries to move towards the earth, because when we drop something, automatically it will fall down because of this center of gravity. So each and every individual particles contains a gravitational force on it. So in this gravitational force is in the problems we'll be writing the formula as 9.81. So we'll be multiplying into 9.81. What is into 9.81? In the sense, that is called as the gravitational force. That gravitational force, how the particle that should be acted on the body. Whatever the body you take. For example, let me tell you a clear example. What is the basic medium of center of gravity or gravitational force? What is the medium? The medium is air. Air is a medium, yes. For example, let me tell you, I'm having a chamber over here. I'm having a big chamber. This chamber contains of 20 meters, and I'm having one more chamber. This is also contains of 20 meters. So 20 meters height of the chamber, two chambers are there, in which I'm having two particles. Here I'm having a particle of mass. So this weight is, for example, 5 kgs. Next to this, I am having a feather. So what happens in the sense, this chamber is open at top and bottom. Then what happens in the sense, I have to drop these two concepts at the from the height of 20 meters. When I drop it, what happens? The moment when I release the hooks, then this 5 kg ball will reach the ground very fastly. Within fraction of seconds, this 5 kg ball will reach the ground, and this feather, it will rotate, it will rotate, it will rotate, it will rotate, it will rotate. Slowly it will come and it will reach the ground. Because it's a feather, it will take much time to reach the ground. So the concept here is, what I have to do in the sense, I said now, just now I said that air is the medium. Now what I am doing is that I am taking air away from this. So in this chamber, again the same experiment is repeating. So I'm taking 5 kgs of mass. Same 5 kgs of mass is taken. This is 5 kgs of mass, and here I am taken feather again, a feather. Now what I have done in the sense, I have closed the top and bottom of the chambers. Completely it is locked. So what I have done in the sense, I have taken all the air. By using some machines, I have sucked in all the air from the chamber. So what happens now, there is no air in the chamber. Here I am having lot of air, so there is no air in the chamber, there is zero air. Now I have to drop this. Now which will reach first? Which will reach the ground first? Previously, when the air is the medium, when you take the hook, these 5 kgs weight heated within fraction of seconds to the ground. Now there is no air here, nothing, zero air. The air content is zero in this, zero air. So what happens? Now when I release these two hooks, then equally it will reach the ground. The feather it will take much time to reach the ground, as well as the ball will also take much time to reach the ground. Obviously it will take same time, these two will take same time to reach the ground, because here air is not there, there is no air. Here you are having air, so due to air has the medium, so center of gravity and centroidal force is acting on your body very fastly. So if we don't have any air, see the result is like this. It reached in fraction of seconds in first chamber. It took 5 minutes to reach the ground. But coming to this second case, what happened? Both these reached 5 minutes to reach the ground. See, air will act like this. So that's why the people who are, we will see some of the footage and videos, the people who are walking on the moon will be jumping from one place to other place, because there is no gravitational force. The gravitational force is zero. And let me tell you one more example. For example, I'm having a pen. This pen weighs, for example, 1 kg. If it is 1 kg weight, that is on the earth. If you take the same pen and if you measure on the moon, then this is reduced to 60% of its weight. Then on the moon it will become 400 grams, not 1 kg, because 60% of its weight gained by air and gravitational force. If there is no gravitational force, the weight will be reducing. So that's why 60% of the weight will be less compared to the moon and planet, and the weight is going to be changed from planet to planet. From planet to planet. Earth is also a planet. On the earth, for example, your weight is 100 kgs. If you go on the moon, your weight will be 40 kgs. If you go to some other planet, your weight is going to be changed because of this gravity, because of the gravitational force, right? Now let us see the concept of centroid. What is centroid? The center of gravity of plane figures is termed as centroid of an area. The term centroid is purely related to the geometric figures which does not involve the problems of the mass or weight. It means, for example, you will be having many sections: T section, L section, C section, rectangular section, I section, okay, and flanged I sections. So these are all comes under plane figures. So how to find out the centroidal distance in this? I am taken a rectangle. I have to find the centroid of this. How I have to find the centroid in the sense? I have to mark the diagonals. By these diagonals, I'll get the centroid point. Now, I need to calculate for the T section. This is my T section. I need to calculate the centroid of this. Now, I have to calculate like this. This is figure number 1. This is figure number 2, like this. So in any plane figures, you are going to get centroid by marking like this. So in this chapter, we are going to find out the centroids of all the sections, that is T, L, C, rectangle, I section, double flanged I sections, like this. So they'll be asking you the questions: find out the centroid of a T section, find out the centroid of a L section. So this is how we are going to calculate, and we'll see some of the standard cases, some of the problems, so that that will be very clear to you how to identify that. So before going for the problems, we will see the tabular column. In the tabular column, we will come to know for the rectangle, for the circle, for some other figures, semicircles, what will be the centroid. We first will find out, we'll make a tabular column, then we'll find out the formulas for that, then we'll go on to the problems. Now, let's see some of the centroidal formulas. So this is the tabular column for serial number 1, The geometric shape is square. Let us take square. For square, this is my square. This side will be A, this side will be A. And location of centroid. What is location of centroid in the sense? Actually, where the diagonals are going to be meet. At the intersection of diagonals. At the intersection of diagonals. Now we have to find out this distance. So this is a by 2. This is also a by 2. Therefore, the coordinates of the centroidal distance equal to x bar equal to y bar equal to a by 2. So in a by 2, it means at the centroidal, this here the centroid force is going to be act for the figure. This is for figure number 1. This is a square. Now let us go for the second figure, that is rectangle. The rectangle, this is the diagram. Here it is A and B. We'll be having two sides, and location at the centroid will be the same. Here you need to calculate this centroid distance, right? X bar equal to and y bar equal to x bar equal to a by 2, y bar equal to b by 2. Case number 3 is parallelogram. For this parallelogram, this will be the diagram. Right? This will be the same. Y bar equal to b by 2. And let us go for the fourth one. Fourth one is a triangle. This is the center portion of a triangle. This is your B. This is your H. Y bar equal to H by 3. Now let's see one more case. Circle. X bar equal to y bar equal to d by 2. Let's see case number 6. It's a semicircle. It's a semicircle. X bar equal to r, y bar equal to 4r by 3 pi. Now the last case is trapezium. x bar equal to b by 2. In this case, x bar is equal to b by 2, y bar equal to h by 3 into 2a plus b by a plus b. So these are some of the centroidal formulas which are going to be used in your problems. So let's see some problems we'll solve on centroid.